Hello, everyone, and welcome to an absolutely free craft entitled Tapping into Infinite Love, sponsored by Awakening the Artist. We hope that you enjoy this craft and it gives you an idea, a taste of what we offer with our online workshops. And our newest workshop is available for purchase. It's called Grounded in Community and consists of 3 different unique tree art crafts. So you'll be able to purchase that if you're interested. But today we are going to explore some different mediums and some different techniques, putting it all together in a layered craft. And I'm going to tell you exactly what you need as we begin. So you're going to need a piece of dark construction paper or drawing paper, a piece of plain white paper or cardstock, a little thicker is nice, and then 2 shades of construction paper. So here's your choice point for your loved one, whatever 2 colors they want, black and white. All right, the next thing you will need is tray or some type of watercolors. We are going to make kind of like an abstract design on the white paper. So that's what that is for. You'll need a straight edge. We're going to practice making some lines using a straight edge and any type of dark marker. It could be Sharpie or this is just an alcohol purple marker. All right, you will need a scissors for some cutting. And I have some acrylic paint here, white and yellow, because we are making stars. And then you're also going to need the back of a paintbrush. I have a small one here to make the stars with. I have a little bit of a palette. You'll need a glue stick and water to rinse your brush. And I also have a hole punch. But if you don't have a hole punch, we can make a design without it. So I'll go ahead and get started with mine. And feel free to change up some of the designs and make them uniquely yours. All right, so as we begin, put your paper aside and pull out your black. We're going to fold it directly in half because we are going to make a symmetrical heart. So go ahead and crease that, fold it. Oh, one more thing we need is a pencil. Go ahead and do your best job drawing, not a huge heart, kind of just, I would say a few inches, maybe 4 inches thick. And we're just drawing half of it. All right, and then with your scissors, go ahead and cut out your heart. We can always shape it a little bit afterwards if it's not exactly what we're looking for. Mine is kind of slender, but that's okay. They're all going to be different. Okay, this is actually pretty cool. I think I'm going to keep it just as it is. So this is the heart that we will be decorating with stars. And the idea is love is infinite, just like the sky just is so expansive and reminds us of that ever expanding ability to go beyond what we think love is just a little bit farther. So I'm going to put some yellow and white acrylic paint onto my palette. You could mix these or do them. I'm going to do them kind of separate. And with the back of a paintbrush, nothing too fancy, you're just going to dip. Make sure I do it on the side, doesn't have pencil marks. Dip and decorate as if it's stars. Now let's get some yellow. Because sometimes they're twinkling. And if your heart, you could tape this down if the crease is troubling you at all. But don't be afraid to put a lot of stars. And I like to do one dip and then several up dab motions. That way we get the smaller options as well. See a yellow right there. All right. Now, once your heart is done, you're going to set it aside to dry. Remove all this from your station. And now pull out your white paper. Now, remember how you cut a shape out of here? I want you to lay that down on your white paper and trace it. Now we're going to draw a squiggle line all around that heart, which we're going to cut out. All right, then we're going to go ahead and cut that out like so. If your loved one needs help with the cutting, you can help this part. We're going to use the squiggle line, which represents flow. So love kind of flowing in all these directions. All right, once you have that shape cut out, you're actually going to flip it over to decorate the back. And this is our watercolor design. So it's really random. It's whatever you want. If you want to pick one or two colors because that's how your design wants to be, that's fine. If you want to do rainbow, if you want to have them all kind of merge, if you want them in lines, your pick of design. I'm just going to randomly do some lines or segments of colors. So I'm representing a lot of the color on here. And make sure you rinse between colors if you don't want to mix them too much in the tray. Ooh, that blue is dark. So if your color is really dark, you can add some more water to it. Ooh, a different color. Some purple going here. Like I need more red. So this is the second layer after the heart. You're just going to watercolor lots of different colors together, representing that flowing motion of love from us to others, to nature, to the things we love, to the people we love. Watercolors are a great medium to represent that, as well as the squiggle lines. All right, and when you're satisfied with that, it's going to set aside and dry also. So far we have our heart and our watercolor segment made. Heading, remove everything from your station. And this is going to be a little wet, so I'm just going to flip it over. Okay, the next step is to take your construction paper, which is typically longer on one side, right? And we're going to make squares out of that. So the way that you do that is you bring it down on one side, lining it up carefully, and then you crease it. And it's this line here that we're going to cut. So you can even just crease it inward. And now you have a nice line to cut. Does not have to be perfect. Just try your best to slice a straight line. Okay, you are going to have that crease. So I recommend kind of turning it over, trying to get that crease to be a little bit more friendly. And go ahead and do it with the red one or the other color you've chosen as well. And keep these two segments because we're going to do something with them. So make sure you save those nearby. All right, now it's up to you to choose which color you want for line decorations. So I'm going to go ahead and do that with the orange. And imagine that you're setting it like a diamond when it's actually the layer. So we're going to go ahead and do it like that. I have my straight edge and I have a marker. Now I could make this very unique and very uniform. So there's one option for you. Do you want to do straight lines, kind of either horizontal or vertically, or both, like patchwork? or you want to do random lines, just kind of anywhere and everywhere. I'm going to do random because it's going to take a lot less time and give me a little bit more freedom. So basically just start at one end and bring it up to the other. And you're just going to put lines across. This will be practicing the line making motion with a straight edge. And this represents our interconnectedness as humans. No matter where we are in the world, we are connected by our humanity. So just add the lines until you're content, and they could be, some can go from one side to another, not all the way across. Whatever suits you until you kind of feel complete. I like to kind of sense that feeling in me where I feel more complete with the project. And then I'm done. Then I know I'm done. So that's my line art. So that is going to be the third layer of the craft. I'm going to preliminarily show you. We're going to have this layer, and this is still drying a little bit. We have our heart. All right, and then we have one more layer. So set those aside to dry and probably want to keep that separate for a little bit longer. Now our next layer, we're really only going to be exposing the corners because it's going to go behind our third layer. So as you see, you only have like triangles to decorate here, okay? And that's going to be our dot design. So you have a few options. You could just use markers and put some dots in those corners. Or I'm going to show an example of using a hole puncher with some of our scraps. Remember, I said to keep our other colors, well, the orange, obviously. And we have some white and we have some black too. So I'm just going to cut little segments of those so that we could decorate with those 3 different shades of color using a hole punch. And that's where our Elmer's glue will first come into play. And if you haven't really explored using a hole punch much, this is a great activity, learning how to squeeze. And mine actually has a little container that will collect them, which is nice. Go ahead and, if it works the way it's supposed to, some of mine are coming off and some of them are not. Just punch out a bunch of the black first. And your hole punch will only go in so far. So if you need more scrap paper, be sure to get it. So I'm going to pull out the ones that didn't properly punch all the way through. And then I will dump out what I got inside here. And now we're going to make some orange and white. And I would say our dot art represents the actual actions we take that express and show love. So maybe it's giving a gift to someone. It's physical affection such as hugs or high fives, chores around the house, acts of service, those kind of things. And yeah, this really isn't punching them out like I thought. So if you have a hole puncher like mine, just pull them out all the way after the fact. All right, and one more color, some white. See if this will work. Oh, the thicker the paper is, the better my hole punch works. And it could be a workout for the hand, so make sure you take a break if your hand gets exhausted. All right. I have lots of these, and they are kind of hard to pick up. What you can do is pour a little water in your palette And you could just kind of like a sponge, dip your finger to help you lift these if you're struggling. Okay, so I'm going to focus on each corner of my art and just add some of these. So here's my glue. And you know what? If it's too hard to make dots, just cut the whole thing. Let's just do that. Because it'll dry clear anyways, right? And then let's see if my water technique works. Yep. Pick them up. Whoops. Don't breathe too hard on them. And just add them. I'm using my finger here. And just adding the polka dots. You see that? And you might get a little sticky. Use a different finger. We got 5, right? Go into my middle finger here to finish that one. And like I said, it's just going to be the corners that show. So just rotate your paper and repeat. Put some of that glue on. And remember, I'm doing the hole punch, but you could also just be using a marker and doing this. It just gives you options of different mediums to try with your loved one. And this takes a little time, so that's allowing our other things to dry, which is awesome. So let me get a few more of these, orange. All right, now the final triangle. I've got my pieces. I'm adding my polka dots. And when we put this all together, we're going to have 4 different design options represented in one project. Like I said, you don't have to use all of them like we did, but I wanted to give you options. Okay, so this is going to be our square layers. We're going to leave it right like this. Now we're going to take the next layer. Remember, it's going to be our diagonal layer. So you can go ahead and glue that down. Just putting glue now on the red or the bottom sheet. Place. Try to line it up so that the center and the bottom, all your triangles should kind of look the same size. Okay, but do your best. And press that down. And we have this. Now our watercolor is basically dry. We'll just add some glue to the back of that. And it is the 3rd layer here. And we kind of can see the heart the way I did it. So put it the way that your heart was represented underneath. Center it up and press. All right, and then the final step, which hopefully it's mostly dry, we'll be real careful with this, is to stick this right in the center. So I'm just going to put some glue here. And I'm going to try to not press on my bigger stars because I can tell they're still drying. Okay, so there's my craft of tapping into infinite love. You can see the star heart in the center, then an abstract watercolor background, then some line art, and finally polka dot art. I hope you enjoyed this. Let us know if you try something. There's a Google document you can share your artwork on and see the artwork of others. We'd be really excited to support you. Thanks so much. All right, so now this is a demonstration where I help Liam make his own tapping into infinite love craft. Liam, this is the one that I made with the different layers, and I'm going to help you go through all the layers and make some choices too. So yours is unique. So the first thing we have to do is cut a heart. So here's our black paper. You're going to help me fold it in half, okay? So we're going to take the one side, hold it with your hand, and we're going to fold it all the way over. We match it up. Can you crease it? There you go. Crease all the way up. Yep, you did awesome. All right, so then what I'm going to do is take a white crayon and I'm going to give you some dots and I want you to connect them with the white crayon, okay? And this will make your heart. Okay, so you see that heart? So go ahead and draw your heart. It should be half a heart. And I'm going to have you cut this out. And I will help Liam a little bit with the bending motion. Yes, as much as you can, try to go along the line. Oh. All right, so we got a little bit cut too far, so go that way. Okay, and let me finish it up. This is a little thicker than most. No biggie. Liam's heart has some dimension to it. Awesome. Look at that. It's almost like it's got wings. Okay. First thing is we're going to put some stars on this because infinite love is the name of the craft. And that's like the sky, which is so expansive and infinite. So we're going to use our acrylics and the back of a paintbrush here. So will you help me, please? Just a little bit of yellow. All right. And then a little bit of white. You do that part. And now you're just going to dip with the end of your brush. You can dip in both if you want. And then just make dots. And then get to the white. Yeah. And then do it on this side. And fold it down. Okay, get some more white. And don't be afraid to put a lot of stars on. So if you're looking up in the sky. So all the way over here. All right, so that's the first task. We will put this aside to dry. All right, the next step, Liam, we're going to make a little kind of shape out of the white that we're going to decorate with watercolor. So here's your heart. We're going to go ahead and we're going to trace this. I'll help your hand. Okay, all along the edge. And that just gives us an idea. We're going to make a squiggle line around the outside. So you ready? We'll do it together. We'll go squiggle, 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 squiggle. Yeah, go ahead and finish it up. Good. And then just bring it back up. Here. Back up and complete. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and cut this out. All right, so we're going to turn it over on the back. And Liam, you get to decide what kind of design you want to make. So you can make something more systematic, like lines of a certain color of the watercolors, or like I did a random abstract design. So you let me know, would you like to do lines or even concentric circles or abstract? There's our three choices. So we're going to go with L-I-N-E-S. Okay, do you want to do a rainbow, like all the colors, or do you want to just do two colors? Pick what you would like. Okay, T-W-O. So then what two colors would you like to make lines with? Okay, R, E, and yep, D, red. I'm going to write this down. Red, and what's the second color? B, L, U, and E. Awesome. Okay, so then we're just going to use red and blue and make lines. Let's start with the blue. Okay, here we go. Start at the bottom and make a blue line. All right. Okay, hold on. We're going to skip over You ready? Like we're going to make a pattern. So blue, blue, and then skip, blue, blue. Okay, you got the blue? Perfect. Why don't you dip in the red and then get the next one. So let's try to go straight across with the red. But I think it looks kind of cool there when things mixed a little bit, right? Beautiful. Hold it. Awesome. All right, so that is the second layer, Liam, and we're going to let that one dry, putting it aside with the heart. Now you get to pick two background colors. So I chose red and orange. I don't even know if I have those. I have a red. I have red, blue, green, pinks, two different shades of blue. So just let me know what of those colors you'd like to use. Just two of them. So you could do light blue, dark blue. There's green, purple, pink. So we're going with P-I-N. Okay, pink. And what's the second color? B. Okay, L. And down to it, U and E. Now, do you want the dark blue or the light blue? So D or L? Okay, light. All right, so the lighter blue, the pink are Liam's colors. Okay, so the next step, Liam, we have to make squares. All right. And I should have described a little bit of what these things mean. So the second one, this means how love flows in all different ways to our loved ones. And now we're going to make two of the line design, or line design and polka dots represent different things. Okay, you ready? We're going to fold. Here we go. Up from the corner and down. We're going to find the edge. Okay, now can you crease it? So look right here. Look right here. With your hand. There you go. And can you press your hand on it? All the way this way. Okay. And bring it down. Bring it all the way down. We're going to pull it over and crease again with your hand. All the way up and down. Yep, you can use one finger or a whole hand. Yep, I'll help guide your hand down. There, you feel that? All right, now we're going to cut along this straight line. Make it a little easy. I'm going to trace it with a prompt here so Liam can see it better. And Liam, you just do your very best cutting that straight line. So we're going to use this hand. You're going to hold with this one and cut. That's beautiful. All right. So this is our first square. And then we're going to do one more. Let go. A little heavier. Awesome. All right. So now we have both of our papers. And I think we'll do the line art on the lighter color because that'll be really cool. So now you have to decide what kind of design you want with a marker. All right, so we're going to use a blue marker. Liam, do you want random designs like I did? See, they go all different directions. Or do you want to make lines that are kind of going in one direction? So I would say either let's do random lines or O for organized symmetric lines. Which one would you like? Random, I thought so. R-A-N-D-O-M. It makes it just easier. So we're going to have a straight line. So basically, wherever we put this, you're going to just help make the line, okay? With the marker. So can you, let's see, we'll use the smaller end. All right, so you hold here and you just go on that side and bring it up. All right, now I'm going to change the shape, the side, and I'm going to let go. Yep. We're going to change this, start at the bottom and go up. You're doing awesome. I'm going to let go, okay? You do it. I'll do it again. Yeah, starting here. Beautiful. all the way up. Woo, you did awesome with that. All right. So a lot of line practice there with our line art. And we have one more layer. This is the polka dot layer. So I thought we would practice a little bit with a hole punch. And I did notice that the construction paper was really hard. So we're going to stick with the black paper and the white paper for Liam. So I'm going to give you little sheets, Liam, and you're going to make polka dot. This is cool. And all we have to decorate is the corners. Okay, you ready? All right. So hold it with one hand and then punch. Just use one hand. Put the whole thing in your hand. Yeah, like that. Now try squeezing. Yeah, squeeze. I don't want to hurt your hand by squeezing it. Squeeze. There. You did it. But just one time. Hold on, just one time, because too many you'll get stuck. Yeah, real all the way down. You feel it? Okay, hold on. You got one. Squeeze again. Squeeze until it pops. Feel that? It's a different motion when it pops it. You ready? You got it. There you go. I'll push your hand, but that's a little uncomfortable, so I don't want to do too much. Okay, so there's these two didn't pop out all the way, so that's okay. Yeah, same motion. Just repeat that motion. Good. You got it. Okay, let's move it this way. Strong. Push it down. Squeeze. You feel how you have to put it in between your hand there? This can be hard. You did a really awesome job. There you go. You got one. There you go. Yes, that's the motion. All right, do some with the weight. It's a little harder. Go ahead. It's okay. So I'll take a turn doing some, and then I'll give Liam a turn. This is a hard skill, but you're doing it. It takes a lot of strength in the hand. I'm adding a few more to each of our piles. Totally fine to fill in with whatever your child may not yet be able to accomplish. That's why it's teamwork. We're here helping each other out. Okay, so now what we're going to do, this is kind of interesting. I'm going to put a little water in a palette. It's going to make your finger have the ability to stick, okay? So let's see if we can do this like I did it on my craft. So first step, we put some glue in the corner, like this, just the corner, just some glue. You can see it really good on this blue. Okay, now we're going to take your finger. You ready for this? You're going to dip your finger in the water and watch what happens. You stick. And it sticks. Your finger becomes like magnetic from the water. Okay, all right, can you do that? Try to get one here. Yeah, and then just stick it on. Uh-huh. It's okay if there's two. And so what I would recommend, if your finger isn't as sticky, you go back to the water and just get a little bit. And get a black one. Yeah. And then you find it. Is it sticking on? Yeah, isn't that neat? I thought that was a really cool technique I discovered. Just make it like a little magnet.
Yes.
Yeah, you don't even need me to help you. And I'll just spread these out a little bit more because we're getting to. Okay, so then we're going to rotate it and get the next ones. Are you ready? This is kind of fun, isn't it? This is a new kind of way of doing art with your fingers. Okay. These represent our actions, the things that we do, that we show one another that we love each other. The acts of service, the gifts, the time together. Here, get some black ones over there. That's a really fun skill. Okay, what about the white ones? We're going to get some white? Is that one all black? Hey, whatever your child wants, right? All right, this one is all black. He's going to get them all on there. Look at that. All right. So then the final one's going to be all white. So you put some glue on. I'll hold it. Just the corner. All right. So now we've got the polka dots done. We're going to go ahead and add the layers. All right. So glue in the center, Liam. Put some glue right like that. Like this. Yep. And press it down. And I'll just help you get over a little bit there. Yep, lots of glue. All right, and then we're going to put this in the center and press it down real nice. Yep, you can put your whole hand on there if you want. What do you think? Look at that so far. And the last step, can you grab that for me? We're going to put some of this, it's going to go right in the center. So just put a little glue right there. And you made a 4-layer craft. Look at that. Awesome. All right, we're going to hold up these projects so you can see how different and unique they are. Can you hold up yours? And I'll hold up mine. All right, this is tapping into infinite love. You did awesome.